When you look at each other, you realize just how amazing it really is. They say you can't go home again.
Yes, you can.
But thank you, Bill. But we believe Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. We think that you can come back, not exactly the same way as our pictures testify, but we are here, and it's thrilling to me, and I know thrilling to Stanley, to see all these faces, which are somewhat the same and somewhat different, and the voices, which are primarily
Gravity picked over.
So first of all, I want to welcome you all to not this lobby, but the home of the ZAMIR Choral Foundation, which is on the penthouse of this building. And those of you who can make a Kaddish Minyan tonight, thank you very much. That's good.
All right.
Tina Lemberger. Those of you who can make it for a Kaddish Minyan, specifically the guys, that's the request of the person who's saying Kaddish. We'll meet in room 1948 on the 1948. I hope that's it.
67 wasn't available.
No, in this building you have to make sure 1948 is resonating. And I want to take this opportunity to thank a number of people. First, foremost, middle, Haya Hoga Hiya, Bobby Sue Dyke. Those of you who know our travels in Israel know the name Esther Hurlitz. Esther Hurlitz was the director of the ZAMIR AT. Before that, she was the ambassador of Israel to Denmark. And in 1967, you should know that this woman herself, in the middle of the night, wrote Resolution 242. Personally. She was one of Golda's girls when Golda Meir was in New York, and she said that she never met anyone more detail-oriented in her life than Bobby Sudai. Second of all, I want to thank Sherry Epstein-Stein for her tremendous work. The online journal, and I'll thank Sherry and Henry later on, in designing the phenomenal, and that you're all wearing it, that great ZAMIR at 50 logo, which captures the gold and the fun that we all are experiencing. I can see that in your face. Third of all, I want to thank Marsha Bryan Edelman for... Marsha was a business manager at ZAMIR and never gave it up. I want to thank Elena Newman-Lefkowitz for making the most phenomenal... And those of you who will be at the dinner on Saturday night will be moved to tears and will be laughing hysterically within a few frames of each other. And I would also like to thank Tammy Kleinhaus, Nate Ginsberg, for facilitating the Israel part of that filmmaking. I want to thank our phenomenal ZAMIR family up in the office. Are they here? Lara Chugovnik, where are you, Lara? And Debbie Berger, who you've met many times. And Fran Rosenthal, who isn't here, but she can hear you if you applaud loud. Uri and Tina Lemberger, who are the ticket chairs of this phenomenal event we'll have on Saturday night, and Henry and Sherry Stein, of our great journal. I want to thank many of you who are the volunteers who came into the office, sent out invitations, set up every possible conceivable registration, filled every void that was necessary. There are too many names because so many people really jumped in, but please applaud so they'll know that you appreciate it. more people to thank, and I want you to really give it up for them. First, Vivian, who... And finally, the guy who made it all happen and getting us started and enjoying all this incredible energy and making it safe for Jews to go out on a Sunday night with their parents' approval. To have a good time, Stanley Sperber.
Because he conceived this, and I've been working with him nonstop. Mati Lazar.
Well, you can all go home now because this is as good as it gets. Thank you, Larry Gollick. So now we're going to divide into the two alumni choirs. Stanley's alumni are going to sing and rehearse in that room, which is to my right. You should, if you're looking, you should be looking in that direction. And those of you who sang in the last 38 years with me should be singing in that room, which is the chapel. The lounge for Stanley, yes.
What happened to
The people who are trying to sing in both groups should sing the first half with Stanley and the second half with me at halftime.